You said Jack took $5 to lose it. How was the bribe paid?
Reddy's.
Did he say he was sharing the money?
That whole team was on the take.
Was anyone else mentioned?
No, but I knew he was acting for Dougie Price. He really was bent.
All right. Let's turn to the post office robbery. Your alibi at the Green Archer pub. How come it didn't check out?
There were loads of people in that boozer that saw me. Meadows must have got to them. It's true. Ask Jimmy Hastings. There's his address. He'll tell you. Meadows and Price made him fit me up.
You owe me £100. You didn't give him a backhander, did you?
200 now, same in a week or two, if he keeps it shut. Anyone asks, there are no witnesses that Vince was ever in the pub.
I'm still in the job, Dougie.
Well, make sure you're nowhere near.
I bet you threatened him as well, didn't you?
He knows we won't be happy if he lets us down.
It doesn't work like that anymore.
Does it in my book?
You've dropped his right in it. DCI Keen and D.I. Manson.
Good job we got to the old boy first.
If he says anything...
Let's wait and see. If he doesn't, then we're in the clear.
Mr. Sankey. DCI Frank Keane, this is D.I. Neil Manson. Your barmaid tells us 2 police officers just paid a visit.
Well, yeah, but I can't remember their names.
What was it about?
Oh, some robbery back in the 80s. Is that why you're here?
You were landlord back then, were you?
Yeah, but like I told them to, I don't know nothing.
One of the villains said he was drinking here when the robbery took place.
Sorry, I don't remember.
These officers, did they ask about witnesses?
Yeah, but I told them I didn't know what they were talking about and they left. I'd like to stay and chat with you guys, but I've got a pub full of punters.
You've had a bit of a windfall.
Oh, that's just the takings, isn't it?
All your customers pay in 20s? Before you shut the safe, the tobacco in there. Presumably you've got receipts. Proof the relevant excise duty has been paid.
Like I said, you've dropped us right in it.
We don't know that he's grassed. They might be taking him to the Nick to sweat him.
Yeah, I want to make an official statement.
I'm saying nothing till I've seen a solicitor.
Hey, we'll book Sankey to the Nick. Carry on digging. Oh, we don't want Meadows and Price getting ahead of us.
We've got to find those witnesses before they do.
No. We'll go and speak to Jimmy Hastings. Because if he's backing Vince up...
Then we have got problems.
No offence, but I'm really tired. I'd appreciate it if you'd leave me alone to get some rest.
We need to ask you a couple of questions. Such as who is he? And why did you let him in?
You've lost me completely.
CCTV footage from the underground car park.
You greeted him like a long-lost friend.
Unfortunately, I don't remember anything.
We are trying to help you here, Mark. You know, with your hi-fi and jewellery, he's got £8 worth of your property.
Not to mention committing a very serious assault.
It isn't my fault I had a bump on the head. That I don't remember anything.
No, I'm sorry, Mark. That's a bit too on the convenient side.
And that's your opinion. I don't feel very well. I'd like you to leave, please.
You're obviously worried about something.
You're not going to leave me alone. I'm getting pains in my head. Could you get these 2 police officers to leave?
When your headache's gone, we'll talk again.
My brief says if I'm convicted for the backy, I lose my licence.
Whereas if we take a more lenient view?
Well, we both know what you want. The names of the witnesses.
And if you give them to us, I might recommend a caution.
How do I know I can trust you?
I'm a man of my word, Mr. Sankey.
Pen and paper. This is strictly off the record, right? I ain't making a statement or going to court or nothing.
It's strictly off the record. Did Meadows and Price pay a few quid to keep quiet?
Henry must be in his 60s by now. The other 2 were still teenagers then.
And these 3 saw Vince at the bar at the time of the robbery?
Yeah, they both made statements to them other 2 coppers.
Meadows and Price, are you sure?
Positive.
Let's get a team out looking for those 3.
Don't go throw any weight around. We do this my way.
You're the governor, Jack.
Jimmy, just like to have a quiet word.
Get lost. I'm saying nothing to you. Hey! Get off! Get out! You're forgetting who you're dealing with.
Put him down!
Leave me alone!
Get inside!
Get
inside! Get off!
What are you doing?
Get off!
The only thing that Jimmies of this world understand, isn't it?
What do you want?
You're obviously not pleased to see us, are you? Has Vince been in touch?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, Jimmy. Vince is out to get me and he's got you to back him up. You know it wasn't us who fitted Vince up for that arm robbery?
Or was it?
I don't know.
You're telling me. Dougie! Who did you really do the job with? And was it them who planted the shotgun at Vince's?
I'm not saying.
Oh, Mr. Hastings? DCI Frank Keane.
They got me in here! They burst the door down and they threatened to kill me if I said anything.
Look, it's simple. We saw the door was kicked in. We went in to check Jimmy's all right, just like you two did.
Except Jimmy's not accusing us of threatening him.
He's a lying toe-rag of a villain that we put away. Jack'll tell you, neither of us touched him.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So it's his word against that of a serving DCI.
Exactly. Gonna nick him. We're wasting police time.
What did you want to see Jimmy about?
Well, he's insisted from day one that Vince was in on the job with him. I just wanted to ask him why he'd changed his story.
So, you went to the Green Archer pub?
Well,
It's not a crime to have a pint now, is it?
You seem to have covered just about everything.
Glad to be of help.
Let me get touched.
as if they believe that, a load of old cobblers.
Let them think what they like, as long as they can't prove anything.
Right. Let's get back to the Nick, see if we can track down the witnesses.
We're on the same side here.
Which is why we don't go around grabbing people by the throat.
I'll wait here.
Don't do anything stupid.
Vince isn't playing by Queensberry rules, which is why we've got to fight as dirty as he is. If the DPS prove he served 20 years for something he didn't do, we're looking at a long stretch.
If we find any of these witnesses, I'm going to deal with them, all right?
That blonde piece a bit tasty, ain't she?
That's D.S. Nixon to you. What happened to Jenny?
Well, we split 5 years ago.
I bet she caught you at it, didn't she?
Well, you know me, Jack. I could never resist a well-turned ankle.
Number of times I covered for you. I forgot which one was which.
Blondie available, then?
Let's just concentrate on staying out of prison, shall we?
You could still put us a good word in.
Meadows pulled me in for this armed robbery, you know. He'd got prints, and he had a witness pointing the finger at the lineup. So there was nowhere for me to go, except the Nick. And the postie. He was one of these have-a-go heroes, you know. He'd done a rugby tackle on me, and he wouldn't let go. Now, look, Vince wasn't on this job, but my accomplice bottles it, and he gave him both barrels.
You were looking at attempted murder?
Yeah, the postie was critical, and the tabloids were having a field day, weren't they? Bring back Hanking. Do you know, I never put my hands up so fast in all my life.
So when was Vince first mentioned?
Well, Meadows and Price appeared in my cell, and they said they knew where the shotgun was, at Vince's place, and Vince was the shooter.
So you knew Vince before all this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were good mates, you know. We did a few jobs together, you know. But I told them he wasn't on this team. But they said to me that if I didn't go along with what they said, they would make sure that it was me that pulled the trigger.
Did they say why they wanted to fit Vince up?
No. No, but you could see they wanted revenge for something.
And you went along with it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I pleaded guilty, and I testified against Vince, and he copped for a 22, and I came out in 12.
It'd really help knowing what the name of the other robber was.
Oh, no. No way. Forget it. There's no way I'm grassy.
Jimmy, you sure you're telling the truth?
Well, look, there's no reason for me to lie, so I'm getting nothing out of this.
Making a false accusation against a copper is not a wise move.
Well, that's why I would never put myself in the frame, just to do Vince a favour.
But if Vince is an old mate, why let him serve 20 years for something he didn't do?
Because they were the Balance Street boys. You just kept your mouth shut, and you just did your time.
Typical DPS, eh?
Yeah.
Don't want to see past the end of their nose. £5 grand backhander.
Tell me about it.
There you are. We've had another aggravated burglary at St Hughes.
Sorry, the governor wanted a word. DPS are giving him grief. I'll tell you about it, why.
The victim's been left with severe head injuries again.
Sorry, Neil. Can't be easy finding out something like that about a colleague. Not one that you've looked up to.
Jack Meadows is the best governor I've ever worked with. What happened between you and him at Stafford Row?
That's irrelevant.
I'd like to know, please, Governor.